Hello, I'm Brian Tarrant, Head of Data Science Platform here at the Royal Statistical Society. And in this series of short videos, we are previewing some of the papers and sessions at the upcoming RSS conference in Aberdeen. Today, I'm joined by Paolo Giudici, a professor of statistics at the University of Pavia, Italy. Hello, Paolo.
Hello, Brian.
How are you today?
Nice to meet you. I'm fine. Very
Excellent.
looking forward to the interview and to the meeting.
Yes, as am I. Yeah, it's going to be great. And you're speaking in the 11:40 a.m. session, aren't you, on Thursday, the 15th of September?
Yes.
And that session has a particular focus on exploring explainable AI in the financial sector from a statistical perspective. So, do you mind telling viewers a little of what your talk itself is about?
Yes, indeed. The talk falls into the idea that statistics can be of great help for machine learning and for AI, in the sense that I see statistics as a high quality data science. So the idea here is to leverage the value of machine learning that can produce predictions in a way that perhaps statistical models cannot do, in a very sophisticated, non-linear and adaptive way. At the same time, however, machine learning and AI produce answers that are not clearly understood and are not clearly understood by humans in particular. So the idea is to use a collection of statistical methods and statistical principles, more importantly, to, let's say, uncover the black box of AI and make it understood by people who need to use the predictions.
Okay.
And specifically, the title of the talk is called Safe AI, because SAFE is the acronym for the main principles that are used, that is accuracy, predictive accuracy, fairness, and explainability, with the S standing for sustainability, which in statistics mean computational and statistical efficiency.
Excellent. I will come back to some of those points about how statistics can help in this regard. But I thought it might be useful for people to know some of the ways that artificial intelligence and machine learning are currently being used in the financial sector. So could you give an example that people might be somewhat familiar with, or maybe they hadn't
Yes.
realized that AI and machine learning was underpinning it?
Yes. The two most important examples are credit scoring and price prediction. So credit scoring typically uses default data of companies or of individuals, credit default data, and AI is being used to predict the probability of default using demographic data on the person or financial data on the company. So there is high nonlinearity, and AI is very useful to discover the potential causes of default. The other application is price discovery, say in a typical asset management application or robot advisory, it is called now, meaning that you want to use financial prices to predict other prices, of the same assets or of other assets. There, AI is very useful because you have typically many variables available, many financial prices. You want to build a multivariate model that is also highly adaptive to the data and changing in time and space.
Thank you. And now these sound like beneficial uses of AI and machine learning, but obviously your talk, the context of safe AI implies that there are risks to these applications. So can you talk about
Yes.
what the particular risks that there are, both to
Yes,
individuals and to wider society?
precisely. Yes, indeed, they can be very beneficial in the sense that AI machine learning can produce more accurate and more to the point answers, and also they can be easily implemented in applications like APIs, like in the smartphone. This is the case for financial technologies, fintech, that essentially mean finance through the smartphone. So AI is of great help in producing more, let's say, more precise answers and more, let's say, inclusive answers. But there are also risks. The risks relate mainly to the fact that the AI is not a human, no? So it produces answers that are not explainable, so not easily understood in terms of their drivers. We humans always want to understand why we have a high probability of developing a certain illness or a high probability of going default. We want to understand why, not only that we have a high probability, we want to understand why. So data is not given, but AI does not tell you that. It is a black box. So that is first risk, is the risk of not being transparent, not being understandable. It is called explainability. Second risk is about the fairness, because AI uses the data that it finds. It doesn't care about data quality. It just takes the data that is available. It may be the case that this data is not representative of different categories of people, no? Particularly in terms of gender, ethnic group, religious group, and so on. So there might be bias, unfairness, due to the fact that the AI does not use representative data. Another issue is the robustness, no? Well-known concept in statistics. When you use very advanced, very multidimensional models, the model may very well fit the data, but may change rapidly in time and space when you include new data points. That is the issue of robustness, lack of robustness. Another last point is the efficiency. AI needs a lot of data to learn because it's a complex model, so it needs much data. And especially when you use human, data that derive from interface with humans, interviews or also, financial private data, you don't want to use too much private information. So AI can also be a risk in that context. So again, statistics through the idea of sustainability and computational efficiency and statistical efficiency can suggest to use the important data and not just all data. These are some examples.
Excellent. And so, so your talk then will be talking through how some of these statistical tools, statistical concepts can be used to assess risks and to kind of essentially manage them, or warn of them. Is that would that be a fair summary?
That is correct. Indeed, the idea is to use, as I said in the beginning, statistical ideas to improve the quality of the predictions made by AI. Improve the quality in the sense of lowering the risks that I told you before. For example, using the idea of Shapley-Lorentz values to improve predictive accuracy and at the same time improve explainability of the results, and also using the related idea of connected with Shapley values to measure the fairness of the AI. We are trying, together with the people in my laboratory at the University of Pavia, we are trying to build statistical tools that combine predictive accuracy with explainability, with robustness, and also statistical and computational efficiency to improve the prediction of AI in the sense of measuring and therefore lowering the risks.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Paolo. I mean, I look forward to hearing more about this at conference and to digging into that into some more detail. I think it's going to be an interesting and thought-provoking paper and session. So can't wait to see it in full. So thank you for your time today. So the RSS International Conference 2022 takes place from the 12th to the 15th of September at PNJ Live, Aberdeen. See rss.org.uk/conference for the full programme and details on how to register. Thank you.
Thank you.